how's it going? Sorry, my screen just switched on me. Hey, this is West Coast Bake Rob. Welcome to another Monday night cover lovers. Excited to be here. We are, for now, waiting on a third person to arrive very soon. But before we get to all that jazz, let's talk to Mike and Dio.
Yeah. It's nice to be back. It's been a couple of weeks off for the holidays. Hope everyone had a nice, happy, healthy, restful, bountiful holiday season. And it's good to be back talking some nerd with everybody. And it's been a good week. It's a little cold and rainy here in Tennessee, but otherwise nothing new. Deo made out like a fat rat for Christmas over here.
No snow?
Things. No snow. No snow.
Okay.
No snow.
I got like Santa's toys.
You can't. You got too much stuff to talk about. It'll be a whole podcast to just talk about your haul, bro. You got great stuff. But anyway, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's actually cold for San Diego. I think we're getting into like the low 40s around here, which is pretty cold for this area. I know it's not Chicago, it's not Tennessee, it's not New York, but for San Diego, 40s is pretty much freezing. So.
Oh, Trish got it. She already got it. See, that's why I love Trish. She already knows where this hat is from.
Nerd alert.
Yes.
Nerd alert.
This is my cunning hat. It's shiny, isn't it?
So, like I said, Steve will join us here in a minute. Alonzo has some family things he has to deal with, and I think Jeff got the sniffles. I don't think he's going to join us because he caught like the flu like everybody else. I'm just trying to do this with the flu nowadays.
What a wimp! I don't feel good either, but here I am. Sissy.
All right. Well, let's before we get to the chat and all that, let's do some business here real quick. Let me see here. Nope. That's the one. All right. Use code Nirvana14 for 30 days. Unlimited cover price for only 99 cents. Check out Cover Price. Awesome website. You can register your books there and keep track of your collection. Great reference guide. So if you use the code Nirvana14, you get 30 days unlimited for the Cover Price website, coverprice.com for 99 cents. Great offer there. And also check out our other sponsor, Bird City Comics. Use the code TNH10 for 10% off your purchase at Bird City Comics. Great exclusive covers. They do sell also, I believe, incentives and regular covers under. I think so. I believe so. Maybe not. I mean, I'm wrong.
Yep, and some slabs and some other stuff.
Toys as well, I believe. So use the code 10% off and TNH10. And before we get to Steve, let me wrap this one up. Use the code 10 Team NerdHerd. Save 10% off your first purchase over at DisplayGeek.com for your Funko Pops displays, toy displays, protectors, and all that protection stuff. Protect yourself at all costs. With Team NerdHerd, save 10% off your first purchase at DisplayGeek.com. And hola, Steve.
What's going on, brothers? What's going on? My bad. Had to work some overtime, and then I was like, let me get just quick PB&J.
No problem, man.
So thank you, guys. I hope everybody's New Year was great. Hope everybody's weekend was great. And let's talk some comics. You want me to go ahead and hit the herd chat, brother, or what?
Yeah, you got to go for it, man.
You got it, brother. GT Key comic with the keys to the comic community. Thumbs up. Let's give him the wave, guys. Let's hit him with another thumbs up. Good sir. Good sir. Good sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. And then we got Sticks Boy 73 up in the building. And he said, cover lovers, Happy New Year. And then we got Trish Forster. What's going on? She goes, hi, Dio. Of course, you got him. And then Mike Hat. Oh, yeah. Pretty cunning, right? Yeah. And then HAQ. What up? New sub here. Thank you for joining us. HAQ. We hope you like it. Let us know what
you don't know what you're in for, man.
Yeah, man. Let us just tell you, cover lovers is artist subjective, my friend. So we're about to, Mike Morella says it best. I feel like that is the trademark of the show. It should be patented on a shirt. Still chilling. What's going on, brother?
Yeah, because we might love one cover and the same person might hate the same cover. So
yep, happens almost every week. What are you gonna do?
Sticks. Well, it's called being hungry, man. Without the TV dinner. Yeah, Big Rob, how are you guys doing? What's going on? What did I miss? All the
Nothing, just an introduction. No, we're all good. Mike got his cool hat on, and Dio's happy with his presence. And
Mike, I'm jealous of your hat. I feel like it's cold as hell out here, and I did have a hat, but it was just a baller cap. It's nothing like this, dude. This is like, I wish it was hot. Not hot. I wish it was cold so that I can approach it with that.
So there are a few people in the chat that know what this is from, but for those that don't, this is the hat this is Jane Cobb's hat from Firefly. So if you're not a Firefly watcher, shame on you, Rob.
I know.
And but if you are, then you probably already knew where this hat came from. It's kind of a funny episode if you've never seen it.
I'm kind of ashamed of myself right now.
You guys, come on! You call yourself nerds? You've never seen Firefly?
Man, there's so much content; it's almost impossible.
Dude, the great Mike Morello's.
See, even my
Sorry,
we're getting roasted by the Morellos. This is
I almost want to cancel the show so that you guys take the hour and a half
they got nerd stuff
that we would talk about and go watch the first 3 episodes because that's like
awesome.
way more important than
I
talking
just
about
put my Serenity ornament
shiny.
away.
not
shiny.
not shiny. Yeah, it's not your best day ever.
I feel underdressed for the occasion. I guess
You need a brown coat. You need a brown coat, sir.
You are low level nerds.
No, they are not low level.
No, they are low level. No.
That hurt my soul.
Doesn't compare to this.
I'm not crying.
Damn,
They got some pretty dope shit.
No.
Both of these guys.
If you don't appreciate Firefly,
They will.
you have no business here. Fireflies are amazing.
Damn.
Just imagine what she's like when she's really angry.
Oh,
Yeah, you don't
Damn.
know.
Sure. I think my nerd card's been pulled.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
he's
want it
like, you know
back?
what? And
Go
you're not
watch
getting.
Firefly.
Okay.
Yeah, go take
That's
those PB and J's.
I feel horrible right now.
Go watch some Firefly.
Lord of
Yeah,
Brooklyn
Jay.
is in the building. Man, dude, I'm gonna have to. up
Let me
my
just push
game.
my
I
glasses
feel
up here.
Horrible right now, Mike. Not a good look for me.
You don't know. Just a quick note: Michigan's up 17-10 on Washington National Championship.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, sports ball. Yay!
Yes. There's multiple types of nerds. There's sports nerds. There's math nerds. There's car nerds.
Well, she's like, which one scored the goal? You know,
Home run!
football.
Go!
All right, let's get the show started. Let's
Yes.
see. Where am I at? There we go. Boom. Welcome to Cover Lovers. Every Monday, this time, you'll catch us here. This is this week's incentives and store exclusive that got curated this week by Alonzo. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, but this is his books he wanted to present to us today. So, but I got the pleasure of doing that today. And incentives. We'll start with incentives. First, we're going to start with Rise of the Powers of X, issue number 1. We got the 1 in 25 by Ben Harvey, the 1 in 50 by David Goat, and the 1 in 100 by Alexander Lozano. I'll start with you, Steve. Go ahead.
All right, so like right off the bat, I feel like I'm going right down the middle for that 1 in 50. I mean, as far as the price is concerned, I mean that's a no-go. But I feel like the art and the direction where Davey Go was going. To me, I mean, although it's static, everything is proportionate. The anatomy looks great. I love the dynamic in the 1 in 25 with the Ben Harvey. Damn, Lord is like no, and no. He's like, you're like, don't even answer it. And then the 1 in 100, for a while, not a while, but just a quick second, I had to like turn my head a little bit and see what this was because I couldn't tell by the drawing. And then I looked and I was like, oh, Mystique. Yeah, middle, baby. Davey Go is where I'm gonna go.
Middle? Okay, David Go. All right, Mike.
I'm in the same boat. I mean, the Davey Go is definitely the best piece of art. I like it. But I talk about this one in Cover Fire this week because there's a trade dress version of it. And while I like it, what I said in the commentary was that I already forgot about it. Like, this just seems like just white noise, just like something I would forget about. It's a good solid B cover, which I would probably buy if I had to choose one of these as a B cover, and that's probably the one I will get. But I don't see any reason to pay incentive prices for any of the three of these. But if I have to choose, it's definitely the Davey Go, no doubt.
Yeah, I gotta kind of echo the same sentiments of the fellows here. I think all three covers are solid, fine covers. Nothing wrong with them. The art, I could definitely not draw this, but in this world of comic books, man, you really got to push the envelope to stand out nowadays. Because pretty much all the artists, let's admit it, it's a lot better than it was 40, 50, 60 years ago. So,
Sure.
Um,
And Rasputin is a cool character. I mean, I agree with Styx. It's definitely a cool mashup, but it's still like, and it's done well here. But
yeah, the mashup character came out initially in Powers of X, but for me, honestly, the one that attracts me more because it's just so different and it's really cartoonish is the 1 in 100 by Alexander Lozano. It's just, I know the anatomy of the characters are very over the top. They're very long and slender. You do have a serious background, right? But I appreciate it's just different.
They're
I think,
definitely into yoga.
Yeah, 100%. The other
is there a
ones,
trade dress version of that one? Do we know if there's a trade dress of the Lozano?
I don't know. I don't think I saw one. I don't know. Chat, let me know if you see.
Oh yeah, there is. It's cover F.
Get that one.
Yeah, cover F.
Yeah, save yourself the coin, guys.
Like the other ones are very solid cover A and B's or interior art, but to me, Lozano's at least is different. It's something interesting. It doesn't have to be great, but at least it's interesting and it piques my interest and makes me think. And that's to me, that's really the point of art is to make you think.
What's it make you thinking, Big Rob?
That is fucking bananas. It's just a crazy like action going on. It's just like
why is that Mystique costume's really tight?
Yeah. It's like if she sneezes, what's gonna happen here?
Man, well, you guys need to go on Instagram. There's a lot of girls like that. So 1 in 100.
Yeah, but nothing like the Powers of X, man. Come on.
Powers of X. Yeah. I don't know. It's issue 1. I wonder if people like this particular story. Interesting.
And from what I'm hearing, I mean, it's out of Marvel and what's been being written. A lot of people are digging.
They're leaving Krakoa, I think. Is that what's happening now?
I think so.
Yeah, they're trying to write themselves out of it. I guess the rumor was, and they were trying to get Jim Lee to fix this whole Krakoa mess, but that didn't pan out. And they couldn't get Jim Lee, so I don't know who. I forgot who else. They hired somebody else to fix this because I guess they wrote themselves into a corner, pretty much. I guess. But
yeah, it was cool at first, but it was way too convoluted.
So this is the Hickman run, then, right?
Yeah, this is it's at least the leftover story arc from it.
Towards the end.
What the other writers took from the Hickman run and made it into, right? Which is
it. Okay.
Mishmash of shit, really. So
House of X, Powers of X was fine as it was. It should have just been a standalone kind of what if-ish kind of thing, and it would have been.
I agree. It should have been his own thing. Yeah, his own world, like Age of Apocalypse, right?
Yep, exactly. But nope, they had to extend it, and
I do miss the old days of episodic issues, right? Like the old 300 issues or whole 400 issues back in the 90s into the early 2000s, which like the issues were just independent to themselves.
Yep.
I miss that. All right. The highly commentaried one on our chat. I introduced this shit and I just got my ass handed to by Alonzo.
Yo, Alonzo was like Dick Tracy and Tom Grass, dude. Like, you know how I feel, Big Rob.
Dude, I was like, dude, whoa.
This was Big Rob behind the scenes.
We got to start with you, Rob, because I want to find out.
The
first question I have for you is, what drugs are you on? Secondarily, let's talk about why you like any of these.
All right, let's. Are they any worse than this? No. Are they any better than this? No. But are they on the same level? I think so. I don't think the complete disdain of the Alonzo have for these covers I think is out of balance. But that's art is subjective. You like what you like and you hate what you hate. I personally think they're at best good, at worst decent. The worst one to me is Apollo Rivera, the 1 in 50. It's interesting, it's cute, but it's to me it's the worst one. I'll explain myself. But I do like the whole upside. It looks like he's upside down. It looks like he's the one who's right us up, but he's actually upside down because the worst of the world is upside down.
Sure.
So And the 1 in 25, the Nathan Zerdy it's playing off the classic Supergirl cover that she's sitting on the ashtray right back in the late 2000s. That cover came out. It's a grail piece for a lot of folks. So, but it's a new character, I guess, in Action Comics, or this lady. I don't read it, but she's blowing up that ashtray she was sitting on. But though, to be honest, the one probably everybody thinks is shit is the one I like. It's the Tom Riley, the 1 in 100. I just think it's very comic strippy.
Oh, dude, Apollo with
Apollo.
that amateur hour at DC, baby.
It's very, it does look like an amateur drawing on the 1 in 100 because to me it just kind of reminds me of comic strips.
So I'm gonna agree with you.
And I like it because it's different. It's just interesting to me, and it's a big blow up shop of Bizarro. I personally do love Bizarro. I think it's a cool character. It's a funny looking character, and the work and colors on him, I like it. So it's just
bar.
It's like I'm on the fucking stand here. I'm like, dude, hey, it wasn't me, man. It was him.
Yeah,
fuck
like,
you, man.
Yeah, like Big Rob. I'm glad you felt that, because sometimes, when the toy show happens, I feel like I'm out there, on a limb, and it gets cold at night, I'm gonna go with the Tom Riley as well.
Tom Riley for you, really? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, look, if I was the next one would be definitely the Paulo Rivera, because it just looks more interesting to me versus the Zerdy. The Zerdy, I mean, it looks so disproportioned. She's like, how far away is she floating? And is this one bigger than? It looks like a Doomsday, like Whitney Houston kind of look-alike, kind of in some sense, right? Like she's just like hitting that. Yeah, like she's dressed up to go like sing a song, dog. She looks beautiful though. But to me, the Tom Riley.
Tom Riley. Yeah,
I'm digging the hair, dude. That's all I'm saying.
The Fred Flintstone hair. All right.
She's got that wave to her, baby.
All right, Mike. I'm pretty sure the opposite perspective on this one.
Yeah, kind of.
Mike's gonna tear it up.
I think. Well, so I like the concept of the Zerdy. That's funny to me, but it's not executed all that well for all the reasons that Steve already mentioned, and you, Rob. That Supergirl's way too small. The proportions are all off. It looks way too static, which is sort of Zerdy's. It's kind of his plague at the moment. But at least the concept I like. The other two really are bad. I mean, I just feel like they're really bad. I'm just gonna quote Alonzo since he's not on the show. The Tom Riley looks like current Frank Miller. Which we all know is which is pretty harsh, but it does.
That is harsh.
It does kind of look like it, and I don't know. The Paulo Rivera doesn't really do anything for me specifically. It's not. Yeah, it is horrendous. I was gonna say it's not horrendous, but it's pretty horrendous. I at least judge art badly when it's something that I know I could draw. I could draw the Paulo Rivera. I could probably draw the Tom Riley too. I don't think I could draw the Nathan Zerdy, though. So, as a result, I guess if I had to, gun to my head, rather than take the bullet, I'll take the Zerdy.
Gun to my head, dude, I'm done. Because I can't draw any of these things.
I would at least take it home and throw it away so that I didn't die.
I mean, I need a reference to look at something.
Dave whispers in my ear, he goes, I hate it. I hate all of them. That's my man. Bring it up top. There you go.
Yo, Big
Can
Rob.
we move on?
Big Rob. Like those holes are getting deeper in Big Rob,
Yeah, dude, people are going to buy it. People buy them, dude. I'm like, there's covers we sit here and look at them and we're like, who's buying this? And people are buying them.
Yeah, man, you got shellacked, though, I will tell you. No, I mean, there's, to me, like, Paulo Rivera and Tom Kelly, or Riley, those are my choices, but if I wouldn't have to buy these at all. Kids don't lie, baby.
I wouldn't buy them.
Right.
I don't buy Action Comics, and I'm not paying these ridiculous.
Who really reads that? Right? I'm hearing it's good. I will say that, but I'm not reading it though.
And I think it's a key book, actually. To be honest, I saw something somewhere there's something a key about this book, something actually
You might
important.
cover price. You never know.
So that itself might carry this book into the daylight, right? So we'll see.
On into the yonder somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, please carry it away from me, as far away from me as possible. Oh God!
All right. Green Lantern 7, the 125 by David LaFuente, and the 150 by Jorge Fornes. Mike.
Oh my God. So DC has a problem with fists this week. There's like 3 covers that are just fists for some strange reason. I don't really know why. Oddly enough, I kind of like the aesthetic of the Fornes. It's just kind of cool to me. I don't know that it deserves to be a 1 in 50 incentive, though. Actually, let me rephrase that. It definitely doesn't deserve to be a 1 in 50 incentive.
100%.
And God, the LaFuente is terrible. That's almost as bad as the last few covers that we saw. It looks like a really bad animation panel from a cartoon that like got to its 4th season and has no money left to draw it. Well, you know the ones I mean. Like go back and watch some of your favorite cartoons towards the end of their life cycle, and you'll start to see like the degradation of the animation. That's kind of what that looks like. So, sorry, Mr. LaFuente, but
Lord.
perhaps you should do better next time.
Oh, see, look at James Critter hit it on the head. Fornes has that retro Soviet propaganda poster.
Yes, it does.
Or like Obey or concert, like a
Yes.
old concert poster
Yes,
magazine vibe.
absolutely. And it would have been badass as just a B cover or maybe like a low end incentive, like a 1 in 5 or 1 in 10.
Yeah.
That would be cool. But 1 in 50 that's a hard sell at 1 in 50.
Yeah.
Although I can't imagine Green
Only
Lantern
fifth
incentives-
worth 50 is Kenshiro. Yeah, the North Fist of the North Star, baby. That's right.
I think that I don't think Green Lantern incentives sell for ratio anyway. But even if they did,
Yeah, that's
No.
this one certainly is a hard sell at 50
Already
bucks.
booked top. Yeah.
But yeah, I could see maybe like tossing 20 bucks at this if it really speaks to you. It is a cool aesthetic, and I like that. I have to say this: Fornes has figured out what he can and can't do, I think. And his last few covers have actually been good. He did a Catwoman cover last week or 2 weeks ago that was really good, had that retro poster vibe to it. And so he's kind of honing in on where he rather than the pea stain cover that we still talk about all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple of his other, let's call
Oh,
them
is that
misses.
him?
Yeah, that was him.
He's the P guy?
The old
I think he's
Stain.
the pea stain cover guy. Yeah. So I like this work from him a lot better. So if this were just a cover price book, I would dig it, but certainly not at 1 in 50 prices. No way.
Word.
Steve.
Oh yeah, 100%. I dig the Fornes better than the La Fuente. The La Fuente kind of looks like a little more like New Age, like anime, kind of like a little better than the Steven Universe mixed in with like Teen Titans, kind of like artsy vibe.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go.
Yeah. And then the Fornes again, I feel like I'd probably go with that, but not at the $50 mark. It gives me that cool just like Critter said, man. So that Soviet poster vibe, like a punk band kind of poster vibe. Yep.
All right.
Bam, Trish hits us with. I'm glad they put weathering effect on the Fornes because that would be horrible to try to get a 9.8. With all that black, 100%.
Yeah, it looks like it's that. What is I can't remember the name of that technique. The stuff that Warhol used, like the transfer, silk screening.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Always leaves like some white marks or some places where the ink doesn't take.
Mhm.
And I think that's probably what they're trying to mimic, if I had to guess, which is also cool. And there's weathering around the sides, obviously too. But I think there's that idea that it kind of has that aesthetic to it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but that's what it feels like.
Yeah, my 2 cents. My final 2 cents here on this one. I think the Lantern actually, is homage maybe a Rage Against the Machine album cover, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's Rage, but I'm not sure.
Let's check that out.
Yeah, it might be.
You're right.
For my aesthetics, that is the better cover. It's just I wouldn't go out of my way to get it because it's too. It's just like why do I want a hand and that's it. But it's at least it's more interesting. It has the feels of old, right? The other one
So
is definitely for the younger age look. That's the IDW Kids books. That's the Nickelodeon show. That's the like you said earlier, Steve T. Times Go look. It's just that's the look. That's the art. That's the art that age group is drawn to. That's Bluey. So that's what it is. I'm like, but why isn't it on this book? I have no clue. That's definitely not the audience for this book. So that's definitely a mistake. So you'll probably catch that for like $10 or less. I wouldn't be surprised at 125, unless something important happens. But that's just me. But
that 150 probably at like $20 probably later down the line.
yeah, you can catch
Less.
it. Yeah, minimum 20, no more than 30. But this is 150, even the 150 at least will stay at 20 for a while. I mean, you may get lucky and find it for like less than that, $15, right? But we'll see. Green Lantern 7. But this is in promo. There's no peace stains on the dude's hand, so
That we
Lord.
know. Maybe on the inside.
Oh,
more shitty covers. So this is the Century 2, the 125 by Sung Hong Yoon.
This is a rough week, man. Jeez.
Oh, dude, this is a really. I agree. This is at best basic covers. Most of the covers. Captain Marvel 4, Carmen Carnero 1 in 25. We're just jaded, I guess, at this point. I'm like, go ahead.
Oh my god! First of all, that Captain Marvel trade dress is fucking horrendous.
It is. It's so
God,
big.
that's bad. That
it's
may
like
be the worst.
mishmash skin. It's there's no pop.
I could do that the first day doing Photoshop. My first day in class, I could do that.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I mean, I guess Black Cat looks kind of sexy, but I mean,
does.
you know, it's
The coloring's off.
the coloring's off on it. You're right. The light flares are too much. It just looks like an interior panel, to be a pretty good interior panel, mind you, but nothing really more than that. The Century one, there's like, I don't know. It's okay, I guess. Again, like these just don't feel like incentives to me. This is just kind of trashy stuff for incentive covers.
Free comic book day covers.
Yeah, they kind of do look like free comic book day covers.
Wow.
The color's pretty nice on the Century one, but there's not enough definition in parts of it. It almost looks like Yoon is headed for that sort of Alex Ross feel. Where
Why?
I was just Mike. Get out of my head.
but yet not quite achieving what Ross is able to do with definition and lighting and shadow and all that kind of thing. So that part of it's missing, which just makes it look like kind of a mess, really. It's like almost there, but it's just not quite there. So I guess if we're on a versus here and I have to choose, I'll choose the Yoon because I think at least the foundation of the art is better, but the overall execution isn't great.
Before I go, Steve, I kind of want to just follow up on what Mike said because I feel like if you combine these covers, it might actually make a good cover. Because I feel like Carmen Carnero's pencil or line work is good, and the colors on the Yoon is good. So you put the colorist on Captain Marvel would have actually produced a decent cover. Because the colorist on Captain Marvel was shit. Whoever did the coloring, I don't know if Carmen did it or another person did it, they sucked. And the line work on Yoon is just it feels off. It just doesn't feel right. It does feel like very amateurish, and they almost make a perfect book if you combine them together. It's just they both failed completely. Steve.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be the Yoon only because I dig Alex Ross, and that's the closest thing it looks very similar to. But the colors are still like, although they're lighter, to me that they're still dull, still muted in some sense. There's not enough pop. And then the 1 in 25, the other one for Captain Marvel, it's you can't see very much other than like they're really kind of zeroing in on Black Cat. There, I said it. And then James is hitting us with the Camaro has had much better covers lately, like the Wasp and Flower Incentive for Avengers Inc. Oh yeah, that one came out. That one came out good. I dug that one too. dude, that PB&J hit the spot.
Sure. My wife's asking what I want for dinner, so I was just texting. Well, yeah, it's so far. I agree. In general, it's a bad start off to this week. I'm like, yeah, it's a light week too. There's not a lot of covers too. So.
Cover Fire was so hard to write this week. I actually broke all my rules and chose an incentive as the winner. I had to.
Oh wow! Jesus.
Well, it's an incentive that's selling basically for cover price. So, and I think we have it on the show tonight. So I'll talk about it.
We kind of had this issue. Not that it was horrible, but we had a very light Saturday morning toy box too. The toys wise very light as well.
Well, it's post Christmas, so it makes some sense.
Yeah, they gotta give you some relief before they
right.
Hit you with the freaking sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, they already started.
I'm too busy wasting money on Lorcana.
Oh my god. You're going for it. Huh?
So this is the one.
There we go.
All right.
Well, go ahead, Mike.
Sacrificers number 6, the 1 in 10 by Jeffrey Allen Love. Hit it, Mike.
Yeah, so this one can be gotten for really close to cover price right now, like $8-ish. So as a result, I chose this as the cover of the week. I don't usually, not usually, I never put incentives on Cover Fire, but it was such a weak week that I had to do something to make it interesting. I really think this is a compelling cover. This feels like the Kindly Ones run from Sandman back in, I guess that would be the 90s. It just has that Dave McKean kind of feel, but it also has the look of kind of like really good black and white silent film, which I really dig. Sort of like Nosferatu or The Golem or one of those kinds of really classic black and white films. It's really dark. I'm actually interested in this book now because of this cover. I wasn't interested in it before, which is saying something considering there's been Frisson covers and other artists that I like. But this one I really dig this. It's got really cool depth to it. It's hard to do with just black and white. It's really artsy and it's probably not for everybody. I get that. But for me, this really hits for me. I really like it a lot.
I agree. All the way. Go ahead.
Sticks got like as Professor Xaviering with me right now. He's like Tower of Sauron.
And I say that too. I say that it has a very Lord of the Rings feel to it in the article. And it does.
There's a video game on the Switch, and it just like it's out of my grasp and my memory. Inside Out. And there's another one, but that the graphics and the animation look exactly like this. Ooh. Absolutely love this. I would definitely buy this if I was anywhere near the series. And it's Rick Remender, so I do like some of his writing, but I didn't jump on this series at all because I'm trying to condense my modern pull down to like nothing. It's safe to say I only got one book this week, so I'm proud of myself. What do you think, Big Rob?
What book did you get?
Transformers More Than Meets the Eye.
Okay, got it. Yeah. All right, that makes sense. Speaking of terrible covers, though, man, are they? God, they're taking our money. There isn't one good cover for that book this week. I'm so pissed.
Yeah, that's pretty much standard for the Skybound. They're just totally shipping out on actual good cover art. The second prints are decent, but it's just all their covers are pretty much. And I have them, unfortunately, but
I've been buying them too. We're all the mark. All three of us are the mark for that book. We're all going to buy it, and they know it.
40 to 55-year-olds, we're the marks. Well, on this particular book, I'll be honest, I don't like it like that. But out of the rest of the incentives, I agree. It probably is the best book of the week, incentive wise. And it's less, and it's pretty much covered price. To me, at least, it's interesting. It makes me think. It intrigues me when I see it on a shelf. Because immediately I'm thinking Sauron like everybody else because of the damn tower, or there was that Stephen King book,
Dark Tower,
or that, right?
So something with Tower.
Good old Stephen King and his fancy names.
The bird is the word. Kenneth Bird, good to see you.
But yeah,
and interestingly enough, I think Dave McKean illustrated the illustrated version of Dark Tower.
There you go. But unfortunately, this probably is the best cover.
Yeah, and that's not really saying all that much, but I do like that cover.
All right, so this one, like some of us hate it, some of us like it. We'll see. But we got the 1 in 25 by Spider-Gwen Smash. That name is stupid.
Worst title ever.
Elizabeth Tort. Alonso did provided some of the regular covers on here as well.
Is that?
Before I let Mike just blurry this cover, go ahead, Steve.
I mean, before even Mike touches on this cover, just like I'm looking at the hand, the left hand, it's Twinkle. It's just not where it should be. I mean, she is a spider woman, but look how wrong that looks. The
It's
leg,
the art,
I can be okay with, but it's better than those other two covers. I'll tell you that much. For me, at least.
more better than the peach or the who does the cover A?
He said the one time I go peach, baby.
Yeah, he might be right. The peach might be the best one out of the bunch. So
Thanks, Holy Pretzel, Gwen, Batman.
and
one arm is too short. Anatomy wise, it's a mess and half. 100% Trish.
But all right, I'll be a little more gentler on the torque here. The anatomy, the whole Twilight Zone contortion thing going on, it doesn't really bother me that much.
Wait, I wasn't gentle.
It's a very stylized torso and appendages from Torque here. We went bananas on the way the body can move. I do like the way he drew the face of Gwen. I do love the outline of Gwen, and I appreciate the filter he drops on top of this cover. Makes it look a little more vintage. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's rough. I could see why people would hate this cover. I don't hate it. I just think it's that's about it. That's the best I can give it. I agree with Paulo. I think the peach is probably the best one. I think DNA. I like how he drew her thick, but it's still kind of weak sauce. But yeah, definitely a skip for this one. Mike, go ahead.
So, if I didn't know better and know that Torquay is actually a very good artist, I would swear this person sat down with a Greg Land cover and without measuring out any of the proportions, just tried to redraw a Greg Land cover. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a really badly redone Greg Land cover, which there are some people that already don't like that. I actually happen to like Greg Land's work. But the one thing Greg Land does all the time is he makes the heads too small. And that's been copied perfectly here with some crazy anatomy and some really bad proportions and that like shoulder that's way up there and that joint is in the wrong place, and I don't understand what's going on.
The wrist.
Yeah, the wrist also.
I feel like I need to get adjusted after.
But the shoulder is bad. The arm's too short. The hands in a weird spot. It's just like it's off-putting all around to me, and I can't get over this title. I just can't believe that this made it through all of the editorial staff. That they're like, yeah, that sounds great. Isn't anybody under the age of 25 there and understands the parlance of Smash? How could they not know that?
25, 35 at this point.
Yeah. 50 for God's sake.
They're like,
my brother knows what that means, but
I got an idea, guys.
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen Smash. What do you guys think, huh?
Because everybody wants to smash Spider-Gwen, so let's do it.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's gonna be the funniest thing ever. It's gonna sell books. Oh man. So no, this is bad all around. I do not think that the peach is the best cover. It's not his best, but I still like the Nakayama better.
DNA.
Yeah, the DNA is still.
Yeah, they both suck, honestly. But yeah,
they all suck. I wouldn't buy this book anyway.
well, issue 1 had a couple decent covers.
It did, but I have no interest in the guts. So
yeah, of course,
it's not good. These are all pretty bad. They're all three are pretty bad, but this particular one is
really popular. Her stories never really do anything.
It's like she moonlights as a Cirque du Soleil contortionist.
I don't know how she's just popular because of her look, man. But her stories are shit, personally. But
Costume is cool.
Ronnie the
And
Rascals.
they've handled her character really well in the Spider-Man animated
Happy New Year,
movies.
brother. Good to see you.
Spider-Man?
No, it's Gwen, but
Spider-Man
you
or a
watched
Ghost
Spider-Man.
Spider, that's even worse.
Yeah, or Ghost
I
Spider.
watched the kids Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, it's a little better.
All right, so to me, it's another one of those kind of covers. You're gonna love it or hate it. It's not. I don't feel like there's a lot of middle here, but there allows to put some of the other regular covers on this. I think I did pre-order these books because I'm a sucker for key books in Star Wars first appearances. So I grabbed. I don't know if I got the incentive. I might have. I'm not sure. I'm kind of hoping I didn't at this point, but because I don't know these skinny ass. What's the name of those dogs from Ghostbusters?
Oh,
Did they have a name?
Ghostbusters. Yeah, they do.
No, I guess they're not Anubis. I don't know.
Gatekeeper, Keymaster, and
And Gatekeeper, yeah.
yeah. I don't know. They
Demon
had a cool
Dogs?
name. Huh?
Demon Dogs.
The Demon Dogs. Yeah, I
I
think
don't
that's
know.
Star
actually
Wars Male Gozer and the Demon Dogs.
But that's a cheap version of those. But the kind of CGI of this character, I don't think it works. It's almost like he just came out of the shower, so shiny and wet looking. His whole head looks like he just came out of the shower, literally. Like his hair is all wet,
Maybe he took a trip to the sauna, dude. You never know.
or he came out of the rain or something. I want to say it's a bad cover. I
Paradox.
It's a good, decent cover, a good cover. Pterodox. I rather get a cover A personally, honestly, or even a damn Inquisitor has nothing to do with the book. It's just Inquisitor looks cooler. So, yeah, it's 125. I mean, I kind of hope I didn't pre-order. I'm might be that stupid to do it, but because I know this book's gonna be it might be expensive at first. The key, unless this character really becomes important in Star Wars lore. But if it does, I get other fucking first appearances. Sorry, pardon my French. It might do nothing and just fade away and become a $10 book. We'll see. Mike.
Yeah, so I've said this in the past episodes that I'm over Bjorn Berenz's style. I liked it at first on those Spawn books because it was different and it almost had like a 3D action figure kind of cosplay-y kind of feel to it.
Fun.
But now it just feels like a video game scene.
A bad video game.
Yeah, a bad video game, like from 2005 kind of video game. And that's what this feels like too. It just doesn't. I mean, I'm really disappointed in the Star Wars covers in general lately. I mean, I can't remember the last one I've liked. The last incentives I even chased were those the Jen Bartel and Jenny Frisson Captain Afra or Dr. Afra covers, which
the droid action figure. I think I personally like those.
Those, and I also like the pop art Dark Droids D Squad covers.
Yeah. The simple colors. Yeah,
those have been cool, especially the R2D2 one. But yeah, I'm just, to me, these are starting to feel like AI lazy shit to me. This feels store exclusive. The other two covers are not great either. Star Wars covers have just really upset me lately. They're almost worse than the Transformers covers because again, they know that Star Wars fans are just going to buy this shit no matter what's on it. They don't care. So, and I'm actually not putting my money where my mouth is. If I want to read these later, I'll buy the trade. And I never say that. But I'm sick of the money grab.
It is. Steve.
Yeah, man. I mean, I agree with Mike as far as the Bjorn Berenz. After a while, like this just kind of gets old. And then the other two just I can't even look at, in any kind of way, shape, or form. I'm like saving myself like some dollars here, guys.
I understand what the Inquisitor. They have a whole run of those covers. It's basically like trading card format.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure those are selling because of that aspect, and it's like almost like a trading card. There's a different character for each book, but it's not that much better.
Alonzo hit us with the Happy New Year's, all.
Yeah.
What's up, Alonzo? Good to see you.
All right, Giant Size Spider-Man #1 at 1 in 50 by Ying Hong Lee. Steve.
You know what, man? I like Jin Young Lee's artwork. Although it seems like although it is digital, this one I dig the hell out of. Love the like positioning. Love that he's going into battle. Love that he's gonna freaking smite this animal. So I'm not on board as far as the series is concerned. I mean, I haven't really purchased a Marvel book other than like Alien or Predator, but this looks dope. I could dig it, but I wouldn't pay $150 though.
There you go, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm with Steve on that. I like the concept of it, and but again, though, it looks a little bit too flat, and there's not enough. It still just sort of feels dead to me, even though there's technically a lot of action happening on the cover. It doesn't really give me that feeling, and I don't know if it's a rendering layer that's not there. Everybody drink. Or what? But I mean, this whole school of art is starting to really get to me. I'm not featuring any of it anymore in my articles. It all feels just like kind of phoned in to me. I don't know. There's just not enough definition on any of this for me to like it.
It's just they know how to manipulate the tools on Illustrator.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree, Paul. It's the ass reference a little weak on this one because you can barely notice. There's no definition to the ass on Spider. Personally, well, #1 to start off, the trade dress is atrocious. It's complete fucking garbage. Fuck you, Mark. So this
wow, big problem.
The Spider-Man, to be honest, let's remove the trade dress, remove the giant size 50 thing, and remove Spider-Man. I personally would have just loved this. I do like how he drew Venom. And you see his face, you see his mouth. If I would have just had Venom on the cover and no explanation, I would have been interested. At least interested. I'm not going to say it's great cover or anything like that. I'm going to say I'm going to be interested at least to look in the damn book, and I'll peek in there, maybe, and I might even buy it. But
so what you're saying is you're peeking at his ass.
I don't give. Like I said, remove Spider-Man out of the cover. It's like I have no interest in Spider-Man in this particular.
I will say this, and here's the thing: Ji Hyun Lee has one of my favorite covers of the last decade.
Yeah,
and it's that Thor. It's that Jane Foster Thor cover with the light coming through her cape.
Oh,
it's like a 1 in 50 incentive to Thor, 500 or something. I forget what number it is. So the capability is clearly there to create classic shit, but this is low grade. This is low grade.
But like we said earlier, it's a very weak week, and this is actually one of the better ones.
It's sad.
Oh man, the chat is on fire right now. I'm like dying.
Yeah, they're all commenting on Miles. This is not an African American gentleman, right?
That is a pancake ass if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think this one's interesting. Now, Firefly, the Fall Guys #4, the 1 in 30.
That's why I wore my hat, my shiny.
Well, let's go straight to Mr. Hat. Let's go, Hat.
Yeah, man. So first of all, I just like the aesthetic of covers like this anyway, sort of the travel poster kind of feel. I like the sort of the monotone or duotone of the cover. I think it's really great use of negative space in a way it should be used. It has the feel of what Firefly is, that Western meets sci-fi thing, which is what made the show so unique. And it all is encapsulated very nicely and neatly in a really nice composition here. 1 in 30 is going to be a really tough find on a Firefly book, I think, but I would really like to get my hands on this book.
Yeah, 1 in 30 on Firefly number 4. It's going to be a bitch. So that's going to be hard. I agree with everything you said. I do love what is this area called? It's in New Mexico, right? The towers, the I forget what it's called.
Oh, the plateaus.
Yeah, obviously they're referencing New Mexico here, but it's a cool interest. It's that poster art, it's that travel art.
Looks like an old textbook in some sense too, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, the outline of the ship and the characters. It's just and the kind of the paint blotches equal stars thing going on. It's an interesting book, 100%.
There are exactly 0 copies for sale right now.
Yeah, you might if you find on eBay, snatch it. It's an interest. I mean, the art might not be for everybody, but at least it's interesting and it's intriguing me. So that's a win right there from Becca Carey. Steve.
Yeah. I mean, I dig this actually. You won't be taking my nerd card. Let me get it back right now. This looks cool. You guys have nailed it. Like I echo the same sentiments. It looks great. I mean, it's the simplicity of it, but still, I mean, it like smashes all these other covers that have been, like coming out this week. This is one that just jumps out. This person made easy money though. A couple stamp cutouts, some mountains, earth layers, set overlay, and the grain filter. Unless those mountains are actually painted. Bam, easy money.
Yeah, this looks super Photoshop, but hey, man, at least it's people pay you to manipulate art, and it's a lot of people get paid well money for doing that nowadays. I was trying to do that for a while. Alice Cooper, number 4, the 1 in 20 by Stuart Yeager. Steve.
Oh, dude. I mean, you got me out of my slumber. Okay, so Allison Cooper, I'm not on the Dynamite train, but looking at the art here, that one, and it's 1 in 20, so it's not breaking the bank. Probably like 18, less than that, 15 at most, probably, if you get it. I actually like it. This looks cool. I mean, it looks way different than like album cover art and just a little more artsy in some sense. And how's a Bill Sienkiewicz kind of type of vibe to it?
Yep.
I said it right, Mike. I graduated. Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Mike was like getting ready. He's like, he better not say it wrong or I'm gonna.
Who, Bill Lettuce?
Yeah. Dude, can you imagine? Yeah, this looks cool. I dig it.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, I love it too. I've loved Sager's art for a really long time. He does a lot of the Kiss covers for Dynamite as well, and he has a couple of his own creator-owned things. I love. I can't remember the name of it now, and I'm upset that I can't remember the name of it. Also, a really, really nice guy, by the way, which I know doesn't matter necessarily. A lot of these people are nice, but at the end of the day, I think he's really, really talented. And he's one of those talents that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. I think probably because of the books that he's on, more than because of how good or bad he is. I mean, this mixes everything together that I love. It's got a Sienkiewicz kind of an aesthetic to it, with multiple layers, but I think the line work is very unique, and it has the feel of who did oh my gosh, why can't I remember his name or any of the stuff that he did? Man, Grumble, and that's not his most. The Goon. Who did the Goon?
I know you talk. No, I don't remember the name though, but I know you talk about.
But the line work, especially on Alice Cooper, reminds me of that style. God, I can't remember who did it, but it's sort of a nice sort of combo between those two things together. And I really think he's Eric kind Powell. Of an untalked about talent. That
Eric Powell.
Eric Powell. Yeah, so it's like Powell and Sienkiewicz had an art baby, and that's what I get here. I mean, go back and look at some of those Kiss covers that he did. They're fantastic
Mike
too. They're
Sykes
just
said, yeah, that Firefly book is Casper already.
oh, absolutely, yeah, no doubt.
Bye.
So yeah, I think this is an amazing cover. And there's a trade dress version of this week. So if you like it as much as we do, or as much as I do, you can get a nice cheap cover price version of it too. I'm not really an Alice Cooper fan, I know, and I am a metalhead, but for whatever reason, the Alice Cooper never really did it for me. But yet, his character that he created for the stage seems perfect for comics. So it's an interesting kind of mixture, as is Kiss. I mean, same kind of deal. So a lot of a cool canvas to start off on, and a couple of cool different styles mixed together and layered really nicely here. It's a great cover.
I agree. Great cover. He depicts Alice Cooper. When you think Alice Cooper, this is what you think pretty much. I love the intricacy of the hair, the detail into that, and the lighting, the shadowing is pretty impressive what he did here. This is definitely fucking metal. So
hell yeah. You know what it is? It's WWE type of metal too. I could see his ass walking through his poster.
Yeah.
Just being like ready to whoop some ass.
It's cool. It's really cool.
What kind of song?
And just as a note about Sager too. So I wrote, and I don't want to drag on the show, but I think it's worth. I always think it's worth noting stories like this for people that don't necessarily have contact with some of these artists, just to know how great some of them are, how really nice they are. I featured Sager on Cover Tunes or Cover Fire or one of those, and maybe like a half a year later, he messaged me through Instagram and just said, "Hey man, I just want to thank you for, featuring my work in your articles." I didn't even know he read them, let alone that he would, kind of reach out and thank me. And they said, "Look, I'm relaunching my creator-owned piece. I'd like to send you a privately printed thing that I'm doing just for friends and family and people that I think, might appreciate it. What's your address?" So he sends it. He sends a second book. He signed them, and he sent a sketch.
Awesome.
Just as a thank you to, people who've supported him. And look, I'm not saying I love this cover just because he does stuff like that. He's really good. And I've said that in other articles. And I think that people need to pay a little bit more attention to not only him as an artist, but also go meet him. I mean, he's just a really nice dude. And I thought that was a really solid move. He didn't have to do it. He hit me up out of the blue. I had never spoken to him before in my whole life. So just a really, really cool, classy move.
Awesome. That's like you love to hear those stories.
Yeah, absolutely. Linsner is another one I talk about all the time, being super, super nice. Most of you probably met him. He does all kinds of shows. Mm-hmm. There are others as well, but those are the two that stand out to me as just being super, super nice. Just a little extra, shows that they love what they do. And of course, our very own Trish Forstner as well.
Trish.
All right.
Yeah.
That goes without saying, though.
Next up, we got Zorro Man of Dead #1, 1 in 25 by Dustin Nguyen. Mike.
Not bad, actually. Kind of interesting. I'm trying to place what kind of style I'm thinking this is akin to, but I kind of dig it. But I'm not exactly sure why. It has a cool sort of watercolor kind of flow to it. I don't mind that it's just black and white with the sort of colored trade dress. It's a good solid cover. I don't know if I feel like it's an incentive necessarily, but I do dig it. Kind of has a almost Far Eastern kind of a art feel to it, sort of like Peach. I guess watercolor just sort of does that for me now. I just kind of equate the two together, but it works for the Zorro character somehow, which it seems like it shouldn't, but it does.
It looks like watercolor, but it also kind of looks like charcoal in some sense to me.
Yeah, maybe a mixture.
Way wrong, but
there is also water soluble pencil, which is pretty cool to work with if you've never worked with it.
That's
You
awesome.
basically do the same thing. You sketch out lines and then you use a water pen essentially to kind of smooth things out, and it kind of
like a marker, right?
it kind of smooths the graphite out like it would be watercolor, where it's sort of the same kind of technique, but with pencil instead of with ink. So it could be that.
I feel like you nailed it, man. This looks good. It looks like kind of blending into the sky too, in some sort of sense, like the fog.
Mhm.
Zorro, man of the dead. That's how I read it, at least in my head. But yeah, this came out dope. 1 in 25. Dustin Nguyen did a good job. High five, buddy.
The word of the day. Interesting. I dig it. Let's move on. All right. To Star Wars The Mandalorian 8, the 1 in 25 by Carrie Andrews. Before I'm going with Mike here, I just want to say, was it issue 2 of I don't know if it's volume 2 or volume 1. It feels exactly like that cover. Instead of Luke, it was the Mandalorian himself.
Yep.
But it was a good cover then. It's still a good cover now. Actually, it's one of the better depictions of Mark Hamill on a comic book cover. I think his face, well, at least his face wise, is very well drawn. So I like that. They removed a lot of the scarring that he has naturally, so he smoothed him out a little bit there. But I dig it. Grogu cute as ever. So 1 in 25, not bad. Mike.
Yeah, I'm exactly that. I mean, basically, you took every word right out of my mouth. It's definitely a redo of that cover with Mando where Luke is. But as you said, it was a good cover before. It's a good cover now. It's really hard to get that many characters in one cover and still have it be laid out in a way that's cool and interesting and not cluttered. And it doesn't feel cluttered to me. It just feels like a movie poster, sort of like Drew Struzan poster, which is, I assume, what he's aiming for here. I kind of wish the Mandalorian trade dress weren't cut into Luke's head like that, but I guess there's sort of no way around that without creating a lot of empty space. So, but a good solid cover. Definitely the best Star Wars cover of the week, that's for sure.
It's kind of stupid. It's an incentive cover. They couldn't put that barcode behind the book. It's like, really?
Yeah, that would have made it better.
Oh, I know. Seriously.
And then maybe shrinking the text down to like a what,
Quarter.
0.5 ratio, so it would be so you could still see Luke's kind of his picture. It totally takes away from it.
Yeah, you could have just put it on the corner where the moon is, a little corner spot. So.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, ready to move on? All right, let's see here. That's it for the incentives. Next up, we got store exclusive. Like I said, it was a light week, not a ton. So, boom.
Can we not show it?
I don't know. It just like came in.
Hot tail, man.
Let me look up the book. Gotcha.
I mean, this. I guess this limited to 300 something for the imagination, huh?
Penthouse Comics. Everyone's like, ooh.
I mean, if the artist is Godtail and it's a Penthouse Comics, you gotta believe that it's naughty.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, dude. There's so much ace in it that Alonzo's like. That's why Alonzo's on to watch this portion of the show. He's like,
what's with the cat emoji too? I mean,
yeah, he's naughty. You're disgusting, Alonzo.
Oh my god!
I can't even look at you right now, you dirty bird.
Okay, I think I found it. Let me just.
He said, "Oh yeah, he's meow."
Oh, okay. Oh god.
I don't know. It might be my work computer who picked it up or somehow and just blocked me.
Your work computer. That's from your work computer, and it blocked you.
Possibly. Well, I'm not supposed to be looking at that stuff on my work computer, so.
Hey, that's true, you pervert.
Yeah. But.
Dang, this looks like Sanctum Sumptorium, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Before so let's talk about it. It's Penthouse Comics. It's exclusive to Sanctora or whatever, Sanctum Sumptorium Comics. Issue 1, exclusive to them, $30, still available for purchase. I think it's cool looking. I think it's interesting. It's probably magazine format. That's what I'm assuming here. But it's comics. There is comics in there. There's stories. There's word bubbles. There's art. So it's a very. I like the color scheme. I'll do it. The colorist on this did a good job. So there you go.
Expect a visit from HR. Hey, dude, Sticks is just telling you the guidelines, man.
All right, Mike.
It's actually a really beautiful cover. I really dig it. I mean, it's a little over the top from a sexualization standpoint, but obviously it's Penthouse, so that makes sense. But and there's not a whole lot for the imagination there. But yet the use of shape and color and space and line is really pretty brilliant. There's a lot going on in this cover, but yet it somehow doesn't feel like there is. I love the black background. It works really well to make everything pop almost like a tattoo almost in a weird way. I'm really not even sure how to describe it. It's not a style I see very often, but it's a really pretty piece of art, even though it's kind of like lascivious.
Yeah, agree. Steve. Yeah, this is kind of some sort of acid trippy kind of look, but it pops, and I dig it. I love the uniqueness. I definitely, if it's like a magazine style cover, this might be one to pick up. I mean, just in general, because Penthouse hasn't been out for some time, right?
No, supposedly this is a return, right? That is they used to do it in the past, and it's been out for a long time, and it's back again.
Might be the one to pick up, dude. Just store it in your box.
I kind of want cover A. I seen cover A. It looks pretty good.
Mike, I'm sorry.
Really?
I saw Mike grab it like I already knew what he was thinking. He was like, "Damn it, Steve!"
Oh God!
What?
Just stick it in your box? Really?
Oh. Let's move on before I get in trouble with HR.
Oh my God!
All right. Next up, we got from Big Clutch and Wanted Comics comic books, limited to 1,000. Cost of $35. This is from the old and powerful Maria Wolf. I personally bought it because I actually like Cobra Commander and I do like Maria Wolf. I'm not just a loyal blind follower. I hated the Duke version. She did Duke as well, and that I agree. That one was complete fucking trash. He looked like a damn tiger in the face. But at least this one I think is a lot cooler. The foil doesn't really translate to internet here on our 2D screens here, but it's like the tattoo art in the background. It's very tattooish art. She mixed in the traders beautifully with the art, in my opinion. And yes, he has giant hands, but get over it. Yeah, it's Cobra Commander and all his glory. Steve.
Yeah, dude. This one to me is a home run, right? It's one of her better covers. Although those big hands are large and in charge, they're ready to command freaking Cobra and the battalion. So to me it looks okay. I could see the like tattoo motif as well. Yeah, I dig it. Best Maria Wolf in a minute. Oh, I think you're on mute, Mike.
I think you're mute.
Believe it or not, I actually like it.
Bam, dude.
Hold up. The sky is falling. Pigs are flying. Cats and dogs living together. It's pandemonium out there.
I know. But I actually like it. I think it's a good mixture of styles. Using her overly detailed style in the background as a very cool kind of design aesthetic in the background, where the character is just drawn more classically, I guess is a better way to put it, or best way to put it. I think it's a good depiction of the character. I actually kind of hate the trade dress as well, although at least coloring wise it matches nicely. The hands are huge, but that's kind of okay. I don't mind some exaggeration here and there. I prefer the trade dress version actually over that. I guess that's a foil. Is that what that's trying to mimic?
Yeah, the picturing did not translate well to the internet here. So yeah.
No, definitely didn't. I'm not a big fan of the whole foil thing. I don't really know. I think that's the kind of shit that ruined comics in the 90s. So I'm trying to avoid all the gimmicky shit like that. But I don't mind it. I definitely wouldn't pay $35 for this, but I guess it's for the set, which I guess isn't terrible.
I did.
But what I was going to say is, but I can see real G.I. Joe homers, which I'm not. I mean, I'm a casual G.I. Joe fan, but I certainly was when I was a kid. I'm certainly not as much now.
See Big Rob Shelf.
My background, bro.
Well, and honestly, the only reason why I'm not is because it's just a money pit, right? Like it's just like Star Wars. It's just like Star Wars, where it's just never ending, and I can only really choose one thing like that. So I don't do G.I. Joe. So as a result, this would be a pass for me. But I could definitely see Joe fans going crazy for this one. It's a good one.
You're speaking to the church with me and Steve because our Hasbro list is endless. So
I did just order the Firefly cover though. Midtown has them for $22.50.
Oh, good buy.
Okay.
Good buy.
Yeah.
That's going to be a ghost book. I can see that book doing something in the future.
It doesn't say
100%.
sold out after I bought mine, so they had at least 2 copies.
You hear that?
Dude, I know, not anymore. James Critter's probably got one.
Well, he should.
Dude, James cover
we're
game
never
is
going to see that pop up anywhere. I think
clean,
this is
buddy.
it. If you don't get it today or tomorrow, you're never going to see that book again.
Yeah, they're
No.
gonna be gone.
Steve, did you go?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I gave it praise, man. I dig it. I actually agree. The trade dress looks better. Wouldn't do the foil. Probably would just do the trade. And I'm anticipating this series. It's like I think it's a 5-issue mini. I know Duke's 5 issues or 6 issues or something like that. So I'm curious to see what the storyline is. I know the artwork is very reminiscent of Nailbiter and Chew. So, and I like the writer as well, Joshua Middleton. Good. So I'm anticipating good stuff.
I guess Maria Wolf's art lends itself better to outlandish characters because she tried to draw Duke, and that shit came out just bad, even for me. So,
Oh yeah,
much better. What
we got next?
We got from Stadium Comics. This is Bill Galvin. This is Princess Betty. Or obviously the Princess Diaries. All right, was it Diary? Is it no? Is that the title of the homage?
I think so.
Yeah.
Princess
Okay.
Diaries.
Yeah, Princess Diaries.
Princess
Obviously.
Bride. That's Princess Bride.
Oh,
Bride or Diaries? Bride,
This is
right?
supposed to be
Bride.
Princess Bride. Definitely.
Yeah, Bride.
That's supposed to be. That's supposed
My
to be.
name is Ricardo Montalva, and you kill
Yeah.
Yeah. So, go ahead, Mike. You're definitely the homer here on this one.
Yeah, I do like Archie, but I don't like this. I
agree.
don't know. First of all, it's really hard to ever outdo Dan Parent on an Archie cover. And I don't know why anyone would hire anybody else to do an Archie exclusive when he'll do anything. Basically, he'll do whatever you ask. So there's some issues with it for me. The gate, the perspective on all the slats is wrong, which really bothers me. It's a funny homage, I guess, but I'm over homages as well for the most part, unless it's homaging an Archie book, which would have been cooler. It just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me. It's like overworked in some places and underworked in other places, and the perspective's wrong on certain things, and it's just it's a no for me.
All right, Michigan scored again. Yeah, I agree. It's lacking stuff. It just feels lackluster, and I've been liking what Stadium has been doing with Archie. I like a lot of the homages and references they've been doing, and it's real. Archie's really simple art, but Stadium Comics has been doing a good job with it.
And the Firefly incentive is gone on Midtown.
Bam.
He succeeded.
Add to wish list. So you're probably right. James Kreider probably bought it.
Yeah, he did.
All right, but yeah, 100 The Princess Bride fans will probably pick this up and put it away, and you'll never see it again. There you go. All right, and is this it? No. It's
Oh,
one more.
look, he said, I'll have you know. I wasn't going to this. It's all your fault.
I think you're going to be happy in the future that you bought that book, James.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
I could see that being on our long story short, our show from Thursday, and one of those ghost books that like nobody knows about, and there'll be like a $200 book. I could see that happening easily.
Yep, I agree.
All right, we got Lyrics Lee. This is from the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. This is limited to 100 set.
$100? What the
No,
fuck?
the set's 100 and it costs $100. This is a Spider Edge of Spider-Verse. I'm not sure what particular issue. And it says After Artgerm. Oh, okay. I know Mike's not the biggest fan, so I'll go first on this. I think we trash to hell these digital incentive, digital story exclusive covers here on our show, but I think this is not bad. Decent. I do like how she drew the face.
that cost is incorrect. Okay.
The cost is incorrect.
Yeah.
Damn it, Alonso. You should have just said no. It's $100.
Yeah. Hard pass. Look, all sticks that.
Is the
Hard
edition site also a typo? Or is it that's actually because that's Marvel?
That's probably correct. 100%.
Well, we know it. We know it's not really correct. There's
True.
there's 3,000 of these. There's
Yeah, we
3,000
know
of the
the-
colored background one and 1,000 of the other one. We know it.
And we know the Four Horsemen lie all the time, so it's But I dig better the regular. I do like the coloring. I do like her coloring. I don't know if she's doing the coloring or somebody else, but I do appreciate the coloring on the regular trade dress version. The Sears background, too white out. It's not for me. So it's cute. It's nice, but definitely a pass. $50. And he says the limitation for the set is 600.
Okay, that's still a lie, but at least
It's still alive, but even when that's 100, like wow, that's impressive. I've never seen 100 on this. Steve.
Yeah, I dig her anime style. This is not one of her like worst ones. I'll say it's probably looks good. I don't have anything like to kind of argue over. But yeah, like $50 for even that for 600, no way.
Mike?
I'm not going to trash this like I think you thought I was going to. Sorry, me and M&Ms. Because it's not horrible. And there are some things about it that I like you said, the coloring. I actually kind of like. I actually prefer what's probably the cheaper one, which is the colored background one. Her skin tones and hair and things kind of blend into that background too much for me, and the claws too. I don't know. This whole style doesn't ever do it for me. You guys know that this sort of anime digital thing is just I'm over it. So overall, it's a pass for me. We know the 600 limitation's a lie. $50 is steep. It's not interesting enough to warrant that kind of price tag. So while it isn't terrible, it's certainly not a buy for me. That's for sure.
So Mike says he's referencing the Taylor Swift picture. I think it might be this one. That's the reference.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's definitely a interesting idea to pick up on. For that, I dig it a little more, but cool. All right.
Okay.
And is this the last one? Yeah, that is the last one.
Whoa. Okay.
All right, Mike.
All right. As always, you can find me on Tuesdays at comicbookinvest.com, CBSI, where I do Cover Fire, which is usually the antithesis to this podcast where I just talk about regular covers, non-incentives, non-exclusives. Although this week I did choose that Sacrificers 1 in 10, which is basically selling for cover price as the winner. I don't normally do that, but guess what? It's my article. I can do whatever the hell I want. So anyway, but still, please check that out if you're interested in what I think are the best covers for the week that aren't incentives and exclusives. And please chime in the comments. I love chatting with people. It's fun for me. Cover Tunes is on hiatus at the moment while my job sucks and while I have 2 little kids. But there are 230 issues for you to go back and read if you are so interested in all kinds of topics, all kinds of artists. My terrible opinion on all of those things. Go check it out.
Check it out.
All right, let's. So I got Khaleesi in my lap here. All right,
music hasn't even played yet.
I know. Sorry, no, that's Boba.
Peter Parker 1 KRS Art Germ homage.
All right, there you go.
Bam.
Steve, you want to close out?
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Before we close out, we want to thank you guys for joining us. Happy New Year. And we cannot wait to keep on pushing. Got to keep on trucking. So we're going to use Nirvana 14 for 30 days of unlimited cover price at only 99 cents. Guys, that's a deal for the platform it is on. There's tons of platforms that are out there. Cover price is the one that we trust. So talk about it. And then our friends at Bird City, Laura and Ant, got to support them. TNH 10 gets you 10% off of your purchase over at our friends at Bird City. Spend 100 gets you free shipping. And Ant and Laura are excellent people to the community. Again, they work with artists to make amazing covers, very limited quantities, and they're just amazing people. So, and then we got our brother Sean over at Display Geek. You want to use Team Nerdher to save you 10% off of your first purchase. You got pop protectors, action figure protectors. You got freaking pop displays, guys, and he also sells pops as well. He also has some useful tools that you can utilize for your collecting needs. And y'all are all awesome. Happy New Year's, Mike. You as well. You as well. And then great show, Fella Sticks. Thank you for stopping on by. And with that being said, Mike, do you want to take us out for the?
I would love to. No artists were harmed in the making of this podcast. And if you want to do it right, be a cover whore for life.
Later, guys. Have a great evening.